Spiritual awakening is supposed to feel amazing, right? Peaceful, clear, maybe even blissful. At least, that's the image we're given. So why does it sometimes feel confusing or lonely, or like your entire inner world just got shaken up? Why does nobody really talk about that part? Today, I want to talk about the side of awakening that doesn't get posted with soft music and glowing light. Not to make it dramatic, and definitely not to discourage you, but to make it real. Because most of the struggle around awakening doesn't come from awakening itself. It comes from misunderstanding what it is. Welcome to Mystic Reflections, a space dedicated to spiritual growth, self-realization, and inner clarity. We're usually shown a very polished version of awakening. Calm faces, permanent serenity. Like once you wake up, everything in your life just clicks into place. But here's what no one says clearly. Awakening doesn't remove your humanity. You still have responsibilities. Your job can still stress you out. Relationships still require effort. Your body still gets tired. Emotions still rise and fall. It's not your life that shifts. It's your perspective. And that difference is huge. A lot of people secretly expect awakening to feel like an escape. Escape from confusion. Escape from emotional pain. Escape from being human. But awakening isn't an escape hatch. It's waking up inside your own experience. You might have a powerful realization. Maybe the sense of me softens. Maybe there's deep silence. Maybe there's a feeling of unity. And then, you still have to answer emails. That doesn't invalidate anything. It just shows you what awakening actually is. It's not about floating above life. It's about seeing life clearly. And sometimes, that clarity makes things feel more intense, not less. Here's something else that rarely gets mentioned. Awakening can make you more sensitive. When awareness deepens, it doesn't just reveal peace. It reveals everything. Old grief, unprocessed fear, patterns you didn't realize were running your life. It can feel like things are falling apart. But usually what's happening is this. What was buried is finally being seen. And seeing clearly can be uncomfortable. When identity starts to loosen, the defenses around old pain loosen too. Emotions you pushed down years ago might resurface. You might suddenly see your own conditioning in a way you never did before. That's not regression, it's clarity. It's what happens when you stop running from yourself. There's also a phase almost nobody prepares you for. You start questioning everything. Your career, your relationships, your beliefs, even your personality. Because if you're not the story you've been telling yourself, then what are you? That in-between space can feel groundless, like standing in open air with nothing solid to grab onto. The mind interprets that as loss, but it's actually openness. It just doesn't feel comfortable at first. And yes, it can feel lonely. Certain conversations might not resonate anymore. Certain environments might drain you. You may not even know how to explain what's happening inside you. But awakening isn't about separating yourself from the world. It's about seeing that you were never separate to begin with. Now, let's clear up another misconception. The ego doesn't vanish. It adapts. You might see through certain patterns, and then a new identity quietly forms. The one who understands. The one who has awakened. The aware one. That's not failure. That's just conditioning trying to survive in a more subtle way. Awakening doesn't destroy the ego, it exposes it. And when something is clearly seen, it doesn't need to be attacked. It gradually loses its grip. Another thing people don't talk about? The search often continues. You might have a powerful glimpse, a moment of unity, a sense of dissolving. And then it fades. The mind comes back. Old habits come back. Confusion comes back. So you try to recreate the experience, another retreat, another practice, another breakthrough. But awakening isn't about chasing a state. Bliss comes and goes, clarity comes and goes, every experience comes and goes. Awakening isn't a state, because every state fades, it's recognition. And recognition is realizing what you are before and after an experience happens to you. It's realizing that what you are, at the most basic level, is the awareness in which all of this appears. Thoughts appear in it. Emotions appear in it. Even confusion appears in it. But awareness itself doesn't come and go. When that's seen clearly, something relaxes. The urgency softens. Because you're no longer trying to secure something that was never unstable. But even after that recognition, integration takes time. It's easy to feel spacious during meditation. It's harder when someone criticizes you. It's easy to feel clear on retreat. It's harder when you're exhausted and overwhelmed. That's where maturity develops, not in peak experiences, but in ordinary life. And here's another expectation that quietly creates suffering. I should feel peaceful all the time now. No. Sadness still happens. Frustration still happens. Stress still happens. The difference is they're no longer your identity. Peace isn't the absence of emotion. It's the absence of resistance to emotion. And resistance starts to dissolve when it's clearly seen. Maybe the most overlooked truth of all. Nothing new is gained. No superpowers, no special spiritual status, no invisible badge of enlightenment. Awakening doesn't add something to you. It uncovers what was never missing. And that revelation is often quiet, almost ordinary. So ordinary, the mind keeps looking past it. So if your awakening feels messy, that's normal. If it feels destabilizing, that's normal. If you've had clarity but still struggle sometimes, that's normal. Awakening isn't a straight line. It's not a permanent high. And it's definitely not the end of your humanity. It's the gradual recognition of what you've always been, underneath the story. And that recognition doesn't need to be dramatic. It just needs to be seen. If this resonates and you want to explore awakening in a grounded, practical way, without the hype and without the fantasy, consider subscribing to Mystic Reflections. We're here for clarity, not performance. Awakening isn't about becoming extraordinary. It's about seeing what has never been absent right here, and surprisingly, completely ordinary.